doesn't mean we have a free ticket to democracy. We start behaving foolishly, then people turn for that reason. So our credibility has been good for some time, and it remains strong. The PNP has lost credibility significantly. So that gives us a major advantage.
This is another MyView TV exclusive. Please remember to hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in here to cheer for me. Everything what you see up, my natural talent. Let me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, man.
My people, hope everybody doing okay, hope everybody doing alright. You see, in order for any country run properly, you need a government and you need opposition. Yes. Me not even about to talk about the church, because for the church people, them decide to them they go into politics and then see how much money they have to spend on the campaign jail. The pastor them decide say no. We not bother, because we want all our money put in our pocket. Thief in pastor someone be. Anyway, I can go back to what I was saying. You need a government and an opposition that makes sense. But right now, to Jamaica run, we have neither. Me be honest with the people, them Jamaica have neither opposition nor a government. None of them no make one. Who knows everybody a cut left holding on Nathan Campbell. Speaking of that, I make you talk to the two of them. But you see from the lady they said this.
Right now, you all should be gathered, huddled somewhere, working on some 30-point plan on how you will ever regain the confidence of the Jamaican people. It's not happening. Because based on the work that the Honorable Prime Minister is doing, we will turn 89 Old Hope Road in a museum.
With me, you know me I go talk it short, because I not put my mouth and talk and afraid of nobody. Me not see Andrew done. If you don't see him do something, you put in the comment section and tell him what him do. The only thing him come to talk about every day is COVID this and COVID that, and pressure look poor people them want to keep them party. But him not talk about him family keep party where they nobody never had a social distance. But we so reach out up on the ends of people. Me I be honest, we don't know. Them say Andrew you have to man up. I mean I want nobody come talk about call him Prime Minister on him birth paper. Andrew the people them say for man up and run where India come out of the country and tell the police them to start slap the criminal and cap carry them behind bars go eat 3 square meals a day and pressure poor people pocket. Yes, I come like a poor people alone and pay tax and your friend them know for dodgy tax thing. Anyway, people, everybody I run from now, the opposition leader. I see him come up about him the punk campaign trail. Me I wonder if I run imagine. Listen to him now, people.
We just have to unite as one party, focus on the organization and building the organization, and develop our message of hope for the people, so that the people know that when we come into the next general election, we will be ready for the responsibility of taking Jamaica forward as government. We must take it as a very serious election, because it is the election that is going to turn the tables on the Jamaica Labour Party and show the future lies with the People's National Party. And I can tell you, comrades, we have some excellent candidates in these local government elections coming up. Not only in South St. Andrew, we have 2 champion ladies to step forward and represent. You heard from young Jesse James. Yes. Trafalgar Division, we're going to win it back.
That's what a boy now, Jesus Stone, old man and him grandpitney, them have grandpitney and a whole heap of things. Them say Jamaica is a PMP country, but I can tell you something. The only way the People's National Party are going to see Jamaica House is on TV. This a brother here, and then the follower them have. Now go make them see it. And speaking of that, Nathan Campbell, I go and feel case between you and Karen Cross. Me see you come and talk about this and talk about that. But me feel like say the people that want to make resign is a plot to have a different type of strategy. But the election coming still. The election coming. Listen to Nathan Campbell now, people.
I'm saying it is unfortunate. We'd have preferred if we did not have the resignations. And the truth of the matter is that we knew that going into this time of the year where we normally would have our nomination period, we knew that going into an internal contest was not the best thing for the party. And as of such, we sought to see if we could reach a consensus where we would prevent any balloting, as in an actual election taking place, and see if we could reach a consensus where we could have 4 candidates that are agreed on, and we could move forward. And we took this decision about a month and a half ago because we are in the heights of preparing for a local government election. So we do have a rich democratic traditions, but we wanted to do what we thought was best in terms of preserving the unity going into that local government election. Those negotiations fell down, and I think up to today, we were still having discussions trying to reach a resolution. And I believe that what should have been done, or what would have been more ideal, was for all of us to sit down and say, all right, we've hit a roadblock. How do we resolve this thing? And come to a consensus. And I don't believe that that was beyond us. And I think if we had done that, we could have prevented what is now taking place. I agree that the discussions broke down, and that I think, in my opinion, that as opposed to a meeting of those persons and coming to that conclusion, what would have been more appropriate was for us to meet as a group, all of the officers, to come to a consensus. I, being General Secretary of the party, tried not to be so much involved in the negotiations, because I knew that if we had more than 4 nominations, then I would have an election to conduct. On Saturday night, I realized that much was not done to confirm the 4 persons that were going forward. And so I entered the discussion on Sunday, started by speaking to the chairman of the party, then I had a 3-way conversation between the chairman and Vice President Mikhail Phillips in trying to come to a consensus. I don't want to go into the details of these internal things in a public forum, but the fact of the matter is that the discussions fell down because of the proposals that were being put on the table. Because ideally what we're trying to achieve was for 2 persons who had supported Mark Golding during the campaign and 2 persons who had supported Comrade Hanna to occupy the 4 positions in a way of balancing the thing and providing a united front. Now, I think more could have been done in the negotiations. To say underhanded and those sort of things, I do not agree with that. And certainly the leader of the party was not involved in the negotiations. Persons have to remember that last year, Comrade Golding came out and publicly endorsed myself for General Secretary and Comrade Dr. Angela Brownberg for Chairman. That move was criticized. Now, on the heels of that, we took a decision that he would not be involved in these negotiations this time around. And so to say that he did not do this and he did not do that is not true. Now, there are divisions within the party. We know this. We're not hiding these things. There are divisions that are coming from as far back as that presidential race in 2006. Now, what it is that Comrade Golding has done is that he has recognized that there are divisions there. And somebody says that the recognition of the problem is 50% of the solution. And he has put measures in place, including a unity team, which comprised 3 members that supported him, 3 that did not, and then some mediators and some persons in the party who are seen as not having taken a side and are able to facilitate that process. That we are doing to actively work on it. Unity won't come overnight. Persons, I assume, will get frustrated and leave along the way, but we are committed to working on that. For somebody who wants the unity, who is myself, certainly that would not be a conversation that I would have in the public space, because that would not contribute to the unity that I am desirous of having. So I wouldn't have that discussion in the public space at all. And the negotiations broke down. I mean, we needed to have gone back to the table to sit down as a group and to work out a consensus on 4 candidates. And to be frank, I'm still willing to have those discussions, because at the end of the day, I believe that there are persons out there that are depending on us. I believe that the political system requires of us to be strong and united so that our democracy as a country can work, even at this late stage, to have those discussions.